Hi friends, and welcome back to another video. So today I just wanted to share some books that I plan on unhauling very soon. So these are some books that I've had for a very long time or that I've had for less amount of time but I really didn't enjoy. And they're just ones that I plan on unhauling to just keep my space on my shelves a little bit more open for new books. And these are just ones that I'm planning to get rid of soon. All right, so the first book that I'm going to be unhauling soon is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. I read this book, or at least parts of it, when I was a teenager myself, but as I'm no longer a teenager, it doesn't really make sense to hold on to this book anymore. It was one that I felt really read like a textbook a lot, and I think I ended up reading it for school, but it's one that I really just don't need to have on my shelves anymore. I did benefit from some things in this book, but there are other nonfictions and other books that I think I would benefit more from having on my shelves now, and I think another teenager could really benefit from a lot of things in this book, so I don't really need to keep it in my collection. So the next two things that I'm unhauling are 2 copies of these Never Choose Reverse Harem samplers, and honestly I'm not really into reverse harem stories. That's not something that I'm particularly interested in, so I'm definitely going to be unhauling both of these. These aren't technically full books, but I wanted to include them because I want to be unhauling these soon. And I'll probably just drop these off somewhere. I don't know. I don't need them in the collection. They take up shelf space and they're just not some things that I'm interested in reading at all. All right, so the next book that I'm unhauling is Clean by Amy Reid. And this one is following these addicts kind of hitting rock bottom and all of that. And I don't know, it's not one that has a lot of appeal to me. I mean, I think the concept of addiction is something that does appeal to me, but I've just had this book on my shelves for so long that I don't think I'm going to be reading it anytime soon. So it's definitely one that I plan on unhauling. I just don't think that this is one that I will be reading, and I have so many other books about addiction that I could read and just so many other books to read in general that this one will not be getting read soon. So it's better to save the shelf space for something that I will really, really love instead. All right, so the next book that I'm gonna be unhauling is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Don't worry, I have 2 copies of this. That's why I'm gonna be unhauling this one. I am not unhauling my other copy. I'm keeping one of them, but I definitely don't need 2 copies of this book, especially because they're just regular editions. So there's nothing special about them. And it just takes up extra space on my shelf. I haven't read this yet, so I don't know if I'm gonna really, really love it. And I only wanna keep multiple copies of a book that I really, really love. So this is gonna be going, and this will hopefully be going to a good home, but this is one that I plan on unhauling. Don't worry, I still like Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing, and that doesn't mean I'm not going to read it. I'm just unhauling this extra copy of it. All right, so the next book that I'm going to be unhauling is Reach for the Sky by Sky Jackson. I read this one in January, and I didn't really enjoy it. I think it just is taking up shelf space now. I've read celebrity memoirs and biographies that are a lot better than this one, and it's just one that I don't need on my shelf. I got this for free, so it's not like I feel some sort of obligation to keep it, and I don't know, it's just not one that I think needs to be on my shelf. It's not a favorite, so it doesn't need to live there, so I will be unhauling this one. All right, so the next books I'm going to be unhauling are these American Girl doll books. There's this huge stack of them that I have right here, and I'll go through them each one by one. I have Addie Learns a Lesson, A Smart Girl's Guide to Understanding Her Family, A Smart Girl's Guide to Starting Middle School, A Smart Girl's Guide to Staying Home Alone, A Smart Girl's Guide to Friendship Troubles, Marie Grace and the Orphans, Troubles for Cecile, Meet Marie Grace, Krissa, Meet Cecile, Aloha Kanani, Meet Josefina, and the last one is Meet Julie. So I'm going to be unhauling all of these books. I'm just going to hold up a few because there's so many of them. But I'm going to be unhauling these American Girl books because I think that they would be a lot better suited for a younger reader. I did read some of these when I was younger and I really loved them. They were some of my favorite stories to read, and I think that a younger reader could really benefit from them. And right now I just think that they're taking up shelf room for other books that I could really, really love and enjoy, and they're just not ones that I really plan on rereading. And if I do plan on rereading any of them, I can always borrow them from the library or something. I don't feel like I really need copies of these, and some of the like self-help American Girl books would be better suited also for just a younger reader. These are some childhood books that I think just don't really have a place in my heart that needs to stay here. I mean, they'll always hold some nostalgia for me, but I just don't need them taking up so much space on my shelves, especially because I have so many of them, so I will be unhauling these. All right, and the last books that I have to share with you are my Dork Diaries books. I've had these for a very long time, so I plan on unhauling these. So these are all of the Dork Diaries books that I have. I have a lot. These are like the first 8 of them, I think, that were made, and I'm going to be unhauling these because I just don't have the shelf space for all of these. Diaries. These were some of my childhood favorites, but I just can't have them anymore, and I didn't ever finish reading all of them, so I think a younger reader could end up really loving these. But yeah, these are ones that I plan on unhauling. All right, so the first one is Dork Diaries, Tales from a Not So Fabulous Life. The second book is Tales from a Not So Popular Party Girl. The third one is Tales from a Not So Talented Pop Star. The fourth one is Tales from a Not So Graceful Ice Princess. Book 5 is Tales from a Not So Smart Miss Know-It-All. Book 6 is Tales from a Not So Happy Heartbreaker. Book 7 is Tales from a Not So Glam TV Star. And book 8 is Tales from a Not So Happily Ever After. These books are just ones that I really loved when I was younger, but I just don't think I see myself reading them again, and I don't see myself finishing the series. There were a lot of books that were also published after these in the same series, and I think I just aged out of the series as they were coming out. Like the first few were the perfect age range for me, but later on just some of them were for younger readers, and I started reading more young adult and then now adult fiction, so they're just not the right age range for me anymore. These are some middle grade books that I loved. They were very cute and got through them very quickly, but just not ones that I want to have on my shelf. And if I do ever decide that I want to finish the series, I can always, like I said, borrow them from my library. I don't need physical copies of these, so I will be unhauling these. All right, so those are all of the books that I plan on unhauling. These are books that I've been collecting for a really long time, and a lot of these are just ones from my childhood that just don't make sense to keep anymore. The Teenage Habits book just doesn't make sense for where I am in my life. And then the American Girl dolls books, just like there's too many of them. And so they're just books that I want to get rid of to save a lot of shelf space, and they're just not ones that I plan on reading anytime soon. Have you recently unhauled any books? Have you recently hauled any new ones? And what are some of your thoughts on that? I'd love to hear it down below. If you've made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching, and please comment, like, subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much, and I will see you for the next one. Wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope that you are doing well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next one. Bye!